What up, y'all? Big news coming out of South Carolina, which pretty much seen the painting on the wall, man. We seen this coming. We knew this was coming down the pike for South Carolina and how their offense has been this season. But they have moved on from Mike Shula. Obviously, you guys know Mike Shula has been known, obviously, around the college football ranks, the NFL ranks, and has coached a lot of good teams. And obviously, a lot of good offenses. But this year, massive disappointment for South Carolina. Games they should have won. They haven't been able to. The offense has just been putrid this year. Let's just put it out there. And, for Shane Beamer, a coach is looking for answers. When you look at South Carolina and you look at the staff, right? He just fired his offensive line coach this year, didn't like the production there, so fired him. And now fired, obviously, his offensive coordinator. Now, Beamer has not been on the hot seat for South Carolina, which is obviously, a good thing for him. But obviously, a coach is looking for answers. Another loss to Ole Miss. Offense, your quarterback, who Lenore Sellers was coming in, one of the top quarterbacks in the nation. 2 interceptions in this past game, 16-30. Just not getting it done. Not hitting enough big plays down the field. You hit the one last night to Nick Harbor, but just not getting that consistently. You do have a very young wide receiving core outside of obviously Nick Harbor that's coming in and had to contribute and help you out. But it just has not panned out this year. And then obviously Lenore last night had negative 17 rushing yards, right, as well. So it's just been tough sledding. Again, South Carolina was a team that was supposed to take that step forward. Remember what we talked about last year? They finished strong. Right, it was a team that everybody was like, okay, hey, they should be in here. They were 9-3. Hey, they finished strong to the season, didn't have the best start, but won, I think, 5 consecutive games. But now you look at a team that's reeling right now and just searching and looking for answers. So what's the solution moving forward? I'm not really sure. And then at some point, no disrespect to Coach Shane Beamer, who I know is a great family man and obviously a pretty good coach, but this is your fourth, as it says up here, your fourth offensive coordinator in Columbia. At some point, somebody, you got to land on somebody that knows what they're doing, for one, and two, that can lead this team. Because it's not like you ain't been recruiting and you ain't been getting top talent in there. You definitely have, Coach. But at some point, Coach, you got to be able to get more production out of this crew, more production out of this team, especially on the offensive side of the ball, when your defense has been pretty decent this year. I won't say it's been good, but they've been decent. They've had you in games, and you haven't been able to answer offense. The same problem that Auburn's been having, South Carolina's also been having. So, yeah, man, tough situation to be in if you're a Gamecocks fan. I know, obviously, a lot of fans have been clamoring for this. They've wanted this. They feel like the offense has not been playing at a high level. But now you got to find your fourth offensive coordinator, you know what I'm saying? And now you got to find somebody that's going to be able to, one, resonate with the players, two, have better play calling, better schemes, and three, be able to get the ball to the playmakers on the outside. You know what I'm saying? And that's easier said than done. At the end of the day, it looks easy, but it ain't, man. To scheme up and get these guys involved, it takes a lot of work and having guys bought in as well. Not saying guys ain't bought in at South Carolina, but it's more to it than just, hiring a guy. You got to make sure you hire a good offensive mind, a savant, somebody that studies the game religiously and can get your team to play at a high level. So that's the latest news out of Columbia. Another offensive coordinator, obviously another position coach and offensive coordinator fired, now 2 for the Gamecocks, obviously with the offensive line, and now obviously the coordinator, Mike Shula. What's next for the Gamecocks as they try to figure out on a very lost season? We will figure it out, but got to find some answers here pretty quickly.